This particular story happened last week. The key players are me, Iki, entitled kid, M, entitled mom, P, principal. First, a little backstory. I work at a school. I'm a 6th grade English teacher, and I run the after-school program as well for students from 2nd to 5th grade. Our school has a strict no nuts rule, but they do let kids bring snacks to school, and they can be from facilities that also handle nuts. Now I'm a candy fiend, and I've been on a real chocolate kick, so during lunch I ran out and bought myself some M&M. I never eat in front of the kids. I'm usually too busy anyway, even if I wanted to, but I sometimes do leave the candy out on my desk so I can eat it while I clean up. If I don't leave it out, I usually forget about it until I get home and unpack my bag. Yesterday, I chose to place them on my desk cause it had been a particularly bad day, and I was in desperate need of something to look forward to, no matter how small. Enter Iki, a 3rd grader. He's one of those kids who you just know there's little hope for, and I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up in jail before he graduates high school. Anyway, I'm helping a girl with a collage. We mostly do art projects or homework helping after school when I turn around and see Iki playing with my desk toys. Now the kids know they are not allowed to touch my desk as I am very organized and do not like people touching my stuff. I walk over to scold him when I notice my M&M are missing. No one else had been over to my desk area and I could see a bulge in his pocket, so it was clear he was the one who had taken them. I asked him to empty his pockets, but he ran away to the other side of the room laughing. I followed him and told him if he didn't empty his pockets immediately I would have to call in the principal. Now our principal is a nice man, but he is very intimidating and doesn't take any BS from anyone, so the children get pretty scared of him. Please note, this was an empty threat as our principal had already left for the day. Iki's face immediately changes and he pulls out the bag of M&M while glaring at me. I mean really, if looks could kill, I wouldn't be here writing this right now. I go and put the M&M into my bag and put the bag under my desk and figure that's the end of it. I go back to help the girl with her collage when I see Iki crawling under my desk. When I go to check to see what he's doing, I see that he has literally dumped my entire bag out on the floor and is rummaging through my stuff. Now I'm not an aggressive person, but I grabbed him by his arm and pulled him over to a table where I sat him down. I go to clean up my belongings while still keeping an eye on him and what should be missing. Why, the M&M, of course. I go back over to Iki and sit down next to him and tell him, once again, that he better hand them over immediately or that there would be real consequences. Iki takes in a huge breath of air and then lets out the most obnoxious loud screech I have ever heard. Of course, this is right at the end of the session and parents are starting to file in to pick up their children. In walks me, excuse me ma'am, but you don't know the actual story. Your son stole from me twice, and the only course of action that I saw as appropriate was to take him away from my desk and place him at the table where I can keep an eye on him. Oh. So now you're accusing my son of lying and stealing? I taught him well. If he took something from you, I'm assuming it's because you stole from him first. This female dog literally tried to accuse me of stealing from Iki. Me, that is not what happened. If you ask him to empty his pockets, I'm quite certain we will find a bag of M&M that he took from me on 2 separate occasions. Please note I'm getting pretty irate by this time, but I know I have to keep my cool as an educator. Absolutely not. I trust my son and know that you are the one lying here just so you can keep your job. Grabs Iki and walks out. I let them go because I figure it's easier to just buy another bag than try to reason with these monsters. When I get to work the next morning, the principal calls me into his office to talk. Apparently, Iki has a pretty severe peanut allergy, and when he got home, he went to his room and ate the M&M, causing him breakout in hives. Apparently, M had called the school to let them know that I gave her son candy he was allergic to and was demanding they fire me immediately. Now it's actually against the rules to give any food to students for the exact reason that they may have allergies, so the principal was actually getting ready to let me go. Fortunately, he asked to hear my side of the story, and once we reviewed the security footage from the classroom, he could clearly see that I was telling the truth and that Iki had stolen from me. I even mentioned that I told him what Iki had taken and that if he really had such a severe allergy, she should have taken me seriously and checked him right then and there. Our principal called an M later that afternoon without telling her what he knew. She gets to the school and comes into the principal's office, where I am already sitting. When I saw her snarky, stuck-up face, I immediately knew where Iki got it from. She was sure she was about to see me fired and was so unbearably smug about it. Instead, P tells her that we saw the footage and that her son had stolen from me and that he was being suspended for the remainder of the week and would be banned from after school indefinitely. M did not take kindly to this and walked out in a huff as she purposely knocked a bunch of toys off P's desk. Now P does not take shit from anyone, so he stands up and tells M that she is no longer allowed on school property, would have to find a new guardian to pick her son up every day, and then had security escort her off the school grounds. Please don't forget to subscribe and join our family for more funny videos daily.